Evening, people. Welcome to BNR. It's Asim, it's Gene, it's Waxy after a while. We're getting used to do these emergency streams now, aren't we? Whether you call it politics, mind games, PR war, propaganda war, whatever it is, it's got a load more interesting, hasn't it? But welcome to another emergency stream. Seem to be talking about the same thing over and over again, but every time I look on my phone, Gene, it's more Trent news. And today, big news, big news. But we've sort of actually, you know what? I can't go to you because we've had some progress in terms of the Trent story, and that's why we're here. But your general thoughts about this evening's breaking news?
Asim, I'm not. I was sort of expecting it, if I'm honest. I wasn't expecting a bid from Real Madrid of sort, but in terms of him and leaving and all that type of stuff, the writing has been on the wall for a long time. If you ask me, Asim, and yeah, look, we were on the show for the last couple of days, and I gave my piece to everybody, and I gave exactly what the reasons why I thought he would go, and why I thought of him in all of this, and how he's managed to play it out. Today, obviously, I was having a nap when you called me up and said, "Oh, have you heard the news?" And I was like, "No." And then obviously, I took half an hour, read up obviously what happened, and then it just makes it all comes together, doesn't it? I say, flipping Real Madrid don't come and make a bid for a Liverpool for a player for no reason. And I read some tweets about, oh, this is just Real Madrid, making it difficult for us. No, mate, this is on Trent Alexander-Arnold. He wanted to leave. He's put this out there. He's actually realised that, I've got no way out of this, and I'm gonna have to do or say something, and trying to push it back onto the fans and trying to push it back onto the club, saying, okay, you know what, let's try and get them a fee. But ask him, let's not beat it around the bush. The truth is, Trent Alexander-Arnold, at this moment in time, he wants to leave Liverpool Football Club. There's no ifs or buts about it. He wants to leave wants to leave the club. And this is why Real Madrid have tried to make a bid. All this stuff about, I don't want my contract to be played out in public, is a load of tosh. Yeah. If that was the case, then why have Real Madrid come out and made a bid? If he had any type of cojones and he didn't want to, and I tweeted this, if he wants to stay, and he talks about him staying, and if there's any truth in that, then he should come out, absolutely have a go at Real Madrid and say, you know what, you guys have disrespected my boyhood club, disrespected me by coming out and playing this out in public, yeah, and come out and gone to town on Madrid. But no, he doesn't want that. He wants to leave, and the writing's on the wall. It has been for a little while. And look, I was peed off yesterday. I'm peed off more now because of the latest developments. But look, I was expecting it though, so it is what it is.
Waxy, we've not really got your thoughts, bar a few typical Waxy comments on the BNR WhatsApp group. But your general thoughts, which side of the fence are you on?
Look,
or does
we
it
know
have to be
that
that you have to be in one camp here?
no, you can tell from. I think there was a tweet from Fabrizio back in March this year or last year that mentioned that Trent is on the radar for Real Madrid. He mentioned on there his contract is running out end of the season, next season. And from that point, you were thinking, is there a chance for him to go? A couple of things you got to understand. On one side, obviously he's a Scouser, he's born and bred Liverpool. People think he's going to be, at the club forever, and he will retire at the club. Things slightly changed for him if you compare him to Stevie's situation. I think now it's slightly different in approach and what people want to do nowadays. I think there's a lot of factors that play into Trent's hand as well. Firstly, obviously with the club, he's won everything. He's won the whole lot. If there was something missing that he hasn't won with the club, then fair enough. Said, look, you need to stay. We haven't won the Champions League or we haven't won the Premier League. Stay, win that for us, and then by all means you can go. But because he's won everything, on his side, you can sort of see why. That I want to try something different. I want to try something new. Forget Jude being at Real Madrid. Forget anyone else. If Real Madrid comes calling and knocks on your door and says, look, we want you, you're going to think, 3-4 times, and you're going to listen to what they're going to say. And, And at 26, he's at his peak, a little bit more than his peak. It's getting to his peak years, and he probably wants to do that at Real Madrid. And who wouldn't? Asim would. As if a professional footballer, if Real Madrid comes, you probably want to go. You get a decent wage as well. But for me, the only thing that's I'm fuming at a little bit is because I know this club has done a lot for Trent, a lot, and a few tweets have come out, about doing a lot for him, his family, setting him up well, on the right path and all these kind of things, and to leave the club, without a fee, or to give something back to the club, like a fee, or so we can invest that money. That's where I'm a little bit, upset about. You're on mute, Asim.
Yeah.
Someone was asking me how much would you accept with Trent, and I think it was Jake actually. And at the moment the news broke out, and he goes, "Would you take 50 million for Trent in January?" I said no, because these cunts will flip him pocket it because they won't spend it. So I don't.
I think January is the no-go anyway. We've not won anything. We need all our players. We're not selling anyone. Selling in January is pointless. We pocket 30, 40, 50 million in January. It's pointless, because if we win the title and a few titles, we'll get that money back in prize money. So that 30, 40 million is actually pointless. We might even not get anything if we lose all the titles. We might not win anything. And then that 30, 40 million is actually pointless, because it's actually, it was against us in terms of winning trophies, selling Trent.
Waxy, a few people have just joined the chat. They might have not gone on Twitter finishing work, or they might be in the pub or wherever they are, or you spend your New Year's Eve in. Can you get some quotations up as actually what has actually happened in the last 2 hours? I don't know if you know how to do it, but Sarib's been doing it for the last couple of days.
I don't know. I didn't put anything up.
Okay, I think it's
used. Coming on anyway.
Is he coming on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's in the chat.
So we get Sarib to put.
Be quick, Sarib. Be quick.
No, I think that the first things first is, for me, the breaking news is Real Madrid have approached us for Trent, isn't it? That's the breaking news. It's not like Trent has agreed to anything, but for Madrid to approach us, there has to be something done on Trent's side.
They're not going to approach us for no reason, are they?
Madrid will look silly to approach Liverpool and Trent saying, "Why are you approaching Liverpool? I don't want to move to Madrid." You know what I mean? It looks silly on Madrid's side that they didn't get any encouragement. They must have got some encouragement from Trent's camp to say, "Look, we will."
Here's a question to you, because when this news broke out, and big shout out to our very own Shahid, who can see is very emotional in the chat. Shahid emotional. Surprise. Big up to our brother, man. It's 11, 12?
He's in the UK right now.
Yeah, I can never flip in keep up with him, but he's here, and we'll see him at the Man United game. When when I met him this time, what was it? The Leicester game. I was like scrounging for Wi-Fi, so I had to go back to the turnstile, and he coincidentally walked through, and that's how we met. This time, thought, who the hell is this? Trying to look for a bit of reception, trying to put his flipping.
He's in Lahore. He's gone back.
Oh, I told you.
He's back in. He's back when he's going to the Liverpool game. He's back in for the Liverpool game, but for the United game, I know that.
He'll be back. He goes, he's ruining my New Year's. But no, come over. We'll smack the Manx, and we'll all have a good New Year. What I was saying, Waxy, when this news broke out, there's a question that was asked by a lot of fans saying, "What would a club really pay money for a player in January if he's agreed to join them for free in the summer?" And a lot of fans said, "Well, they need a right back. Vasquez is playing right back, and that's why they're bidding." But do you think that's true? That the fact that they need him so much that they're willing to pay 20-30 million pound or whatever it is and get him in early? Or do you think this is a play on Trent's behalf as saying he wants the sort of narrative to run that Liverpool rejected a bid for him? It wasn't me.
I think it works both ways. I think it works both, because on one side, Madrid bidding with encouragement from Trent's camp saying, "Look, okay, bid for me," and I can say, "Look, you could have got some money out of me in January." On the other side, on the Madrid side, if they bidded, because they know we can sign him for free in June, July, they might put like a small bid in, and it's something that we might have to consider. Maybe 20, 30 million, like the reports are showing. But for them, 20, 30 million is better for them to pay that 20, 30 million to us than even paying Trent 50, 60 million signing on fee. So they might save some money, 20, 30 million as well on one side. So it works both ways. Test the waters, and if they get some encouragement from Liverpool to do a deal, they might thinking, oh my god, we might save 20, 30 million on a signing on fee for Trent as well at the same time. So it could work both ways.
Ali says apparently Asim Trent's mom wants him to stay, and his brothers are pushing Trent to leave because of the money he will get. Ali, look, I with all due respect, I tell you not to believe rubbish from rubbish ITKs who pretend they know the news, this and that. We have to take our news from reliable journalists who obviously don't. Some journalists, I admit, have an agenda and they can't say the truth. But what we mustn't do is be the other extreme, is get our news from wannabes. But anyway, my rant over. Gene, what do we do now? What happens now?
No happens now. We've rejected the bid. We move forward. We just have to carry on, and we've got a title to win. We've got a Champions League to go for, and we've got other trophies to win. Look, we can't let with respect, we can't let Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract sort of try to derail our season. What's happened right now is an absolute joke. I am not happy with it at all. But we have got bigger fish to fry. We have got the champion. We're going for a title. We have to go, and we've got a few big games coming up. Man United's arguably the biggest game of our season. It always is on the weekend, and we've got United to worry about. Look, they're going to ramble on for a while now, and it has been rambling on for a while, and it's going to go on for especially for the foreseeable future, unless this is sorted out. My issue with Trent right now is, mate, you didn't want this to be played out in public. Real Madrid have actually, if this is the truth, and we're led to believe Trent that, you know what, he's not a liar. He was telling the truth all this time. The Sarib and these guys were saying to me, "Oh, how do you know? How do you know?" Well, now is his moment to come out and put it to bed. Either if you're gonna stay. If not, decide what you want to do and tell us. Because you know what, and if he wants to go. But if go, meaning I don't want him to leave it in Jan Asim. I'm not gonna lie. I still want him to stay because we've still got a title to win. I still believe that he's still a professional footballer. He will give it his all until the end of the season. I know fans might not like what I say in terms of, you know what, he's a Judas, and yeah, end of the day he's contracted to us right now. We are going to be paying his wages. So if we're paying his wages, I expect Trent to give us 120%, and he will. Because he's still got that respect for us, even though he wants out. And yeah, we'll give it till the end of the season. And if he wants to move on, he can move on. We move on. But I can't see you selling him in Jan. And I respect the club. Yeah, and I respect the club for coming out and saying, you know what, saying do want to Real Madrid. We ain't selling him right now. And that's put all the pressure back on Trent. Because if this is a PR game by Trent, it is an absolute joke of a PR game, because he's literally gonna get hit for 6 after all how this has played out.
Waxy, do you think there's a chance that he stays?
I think there's obviously the information that's been coming out or getting what we're reading is that he wants to get what he wants, what he deserves. So, in terms of that's money, isn't it? He wants the money that he deserves. Simple as. And obviously we can't pay that kind of money that he might be looking for, the 350,000. And one case, is he worth that much for us? And secondly, do we have the financial capability to give that much money, especially when you've got Van Dijk and Salah as well to renew the contract? For me, it's, we can't sell him in January because we're on for a quad. We've got 4 titles to win, right? We need to push as much as we can. We need all the players that are available to give their all. And we win as many as we can. Trent can go. Simple as. Because, a title, winning a Premier League title, winning a Champions League, for example, or doing a double, and he's done that for us, or the clubs, or the club's done that, he can go. If he wants to go Real Madrid, fine. Go then. You know what I mean? We've got what we wanted as fans. We've got the titles. that we wanted as fans. We can celebrate as fans. And if he wants to go, the only thing I would probably suggest that Trent would do is just come out and say, look, nothing's been decided. You know, I want to see the season out through, you know, do my best for the season.
He's already said that. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Hasn't he already said that I've signed multiple contracts at Liverpool and I will continue to do everything in private? And that's what he's doing, isn't he?
Well, no, but obviously this has gone a little bit more in depth now. It's gone a little bit more. It's gone official now, isn't it? It's not like hoo-ha. It's like a hearsay. Some journalist that says something. It's actually club to club. Literally, the club have come out and said it. You know, so it's a bit more official now. So he needs to come out and say, look, this is too many distractions going on. I want to give my all to the club, all that kind of stuff, and then see it out in summer. It'd probably be the best option now for him.
I don't think he can wait till the summer now, Waxy. This has gone way too far down the road.
But why can't you wait till summer?
He can't. Trent and Liverpool are not going to be sat here twiddling their thumbs for the next 4 to 5 months and wait till May so Trent Alexander-Arnold can make a decision. No, it doesn't work like that. There's too much noise right now. He has to make a decision now.
Or whatever he wants to do, but make it official once everything is done.
Waxy, didn't David Ornstein say that yesterday, that there's some sort of resolution will be, you know, sort of played out in the next couple of weeks, whether it's a pre-agreement in January? Because I think something is going to have to. Even Fabrizio came out, a few of the journalists came out that the bid was rejected and they were expecting it to get rejected, and rightly so. But now they're working on to get Trent on a free in the summer. So something has to give. There needs to be a line somewhere. Obviously,
pre-agreement doesn't really make a difference, does it? If his own sole club is going to Real Madrid.
The atmosphere for the next 3-4 months at Liverpool is going to be toxic.
But what I'm saying, his move to Real Madrid doesn't really make a difference if he signs a pre-agreement or he doesn't, because his sole. If
I was Trent, Waxy, I'll just let it play out as much as I can, whether it's in the media or obviously not say anything, and then just put a statement out in the summer.
That'd be the ideal way, to be honest.
That's not good. That is impossible for that to happen right now, Sim.
I think
there's just way too much noise right now.
There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of
before for the last.
The problem is it's not the UK journalists, it's the Spanish journalists that's the problem, because they're leaking everything. The Marca came out yesterday or 2 days ago. It's actually the truth, isn't it? There's an element of truth.
That's my next question, Waxy. When I said PR war, propaganda war, all we've heard in the last 3-4 days is Spanish media cranking the pressure up, and Liverpool media and Liverpool journalists haven't said anything. Is this Liverpool's reply that we've had a bid? We've said no.
Of course it is.
And we want to continue talks.
Of course it is.
With Trent. So is this Liverpool's mouthpieces coming out and with a reply today?
It has to be. They had to reply because there was so much going on from the journalists. There's a lot of information coming out. He's agreed. That's a big statement. He's agreed. He's actually mentioned in the Spanish journalists saying that he's actually told Liverpool that he wants to join. That's different to saying to Real Madrid, I'm wanting to join you, but he has to tell the club as well, our club, to say, look, I want to leave at the same time. But now the club has come out and said, look, he hasn't said anything to us. That's the point. But I think there's a difference there, because so the elements from the Spanish journalists is actually true. Everyone was slagging it off. Oh, they're fake news and all this kind of stuff. But there is elements of information that is truth behind it. And for Real Madrid to approach Liverpool, there has to be encouragement from Trent's camp. Has to be. There's no other way. It doesn't work other way.
Kibriya with the first super chat of the night. Thank you very much, Kibriya, as ever. Boys, with media, there is no chance to prolong it.
Prolong it. Is that right?
Long it. Yeah. You can't long it. You can't long it. It's gone way too down the road, Asim, and now it's got to something has to give. We've just literally, in terms of why Liverpool have let out. I get why Liverpool have let this news out. If Trent's playing the game and trying to think that he can get away with it, and especially with the Madrid journals coming out with the shit that they're coming out with over the last week, right? You can't expect. I don't blame Edwards and Co for leaking this news out to the press. If Real Madrid have come on, I made a bid, and they were told by Trent that they don't want the contract to be paid out in public. The Madrid press are taking the piss, coming out with all sorts. Obviously, they're getting the go ahead from Trent's camp to come out with certain news because they're coming up with all sorts, right? If that's the case, then I have no problems with them. Why should Trent get away with it? I have no problems with Edwards leaking the news about them trying to make a bid for trying to ask the availability of Trent. Let it out. Put it back on Trent's. Put the ball back in Trent's court. Then
I think the way to save face for Liverpool now a little bit is to get Van Dijk's and Salah's contract done. Get them done, get them signed, and then leave Trent in the background running a little bit. At least it gives a little bit of motivation and stuff and takes the heat off Trent's issue at the moment. That's what I think. Get Salah's and Van Dijk's done. That would be a positive step. And then obviously Trent will be ongoing, to be honest, because he still has to agree with Real Madrid. There's two parties here. So you have to agree with Real Madrid first, get a contract, agree a signing on fee, all that kind of stuff will take time. So his is not like a foregone conclusion at the moment. It will take time.
Okay. Sarib, welcome. Were you at work today?
Yeah.
Early finish for the big news?
It's madness. Absolute madness.
Your general thoughts?
My thoughts are...
But before that, keep your thoughts there for a second. There's nearly 450 people in here. Another emergency stream. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. We've even got the big Waxy on today, all the way from Newcastle. Sarib's got 2 hours an early finish just to talk about Trent. But Sarib's got a question for you, Gene, because you were talking about yesterday. I saw him tweet. He messaged me earlier as well, because this is what I was on about. And I know he's going to put the question to you, but your general thoughts, Sarib, about today's developments.
I'll be so honest with you. I'm going to be deadly honest with you. To me, nothing's changed. And I'll tell you why nothing's changed. It's the same repeated news that Trent has not asked to leave Liverpool. We're all speculating that the reason why this has come out is because Trent has asked to leave the football club. But that is not for definite. That's why I want to stay positive at this moment, because that is not clear to all of us whether Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to leave. I've seen Gene's tweet saying, "Oh, sign the contract." But my question to you, Gene, first and foremost, is how do you know the contract that's been offered to Trent Alexander-Arnold he thinks is suitable for him? Now, another question I have for you is, if Trent Alexander-Arnold really wanted to leave the football, because we're all speculating. I was listening to the stream, all three of you. I was speculating. You're all saying, "Oh, why would Real Madrid come in for him if there was no noise from Trent's camp that he wants to leave?" And I still think he leaves in the summer. But I'm speaking about right now. For me, I think at this moment, Real Madrid have seen an opportunity to sign a player on a free transfer. They've got a bit of a right back crisis. They've seen Trent is running down his contract 6 months to go. They're in dire need of a right back. They're on the brink of not qualifying for the Champions League next round. There's a lot going on there for Real Madrid. They're not top of La Liga. Surely they need some reinforcements. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is available on the market, 40 million. They thought Liverpool rather get a fee for him than let him go on a free. That's just common sense. You rather get money for a player than lose him on a free. That's just normal. But my main question to you is, Gene, why are we all having a go at Trent Alexander-Arnold when the same concept has come from all the journalists that saying he's not made a decision yet?
What do you mean he's not made a decision yet?
It's still not clear that he said he wants to leave Liverpool. That's not clear to any of us.
Obviously, no, because he hasn't come out and said that he's not leaving or staying yet. So of course it's not clear. We know that.
But you
It's not going to come out. It's not going to come out.
One second. Let him go. Let him ask. He's asking questions.
But you said to me yesterday that I was speculating on something Trent Alexander-Arnold said last year, saying about being the captain of this football.
He was saying he said a lot in the past.
He said that 3 months ago.
Yeah. And
I'm going to base off that. So if we're all going to base the argument on...
One second. Okay, go on. All right, go on.
If we're all going to base this whole argument about Trent Alexander-Arnold asking to leave Liverpool based on speculation, we have to take his word for it. Van Dijk said he wants to stay.
Then why do you believe he's going to leave then?
But because I just think that. I just think he's going to leave.
Exactly. Then that's my issue with you. Just you say one thing, you think, then hold the same thought and say, okay, I'm not going to speculate because I'm not going to believe if he's going to go or not. You can't say one thing, Sarib, and then say, but I think he's still going to leave.
That's just my opinion. I think Liverpool have
My
messed
opinion is I want to give him shit because I think he's going to leave. And I've been saying it for 6 months.
and all I've said is I don't agree with that. That's all I said.
For 6 months, I have been saying Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to leave Liverpool, wants to leave Liverpool Football Club, right? 1 second. I've been saying that. When you come up to me and said, yeah, now you're saying Trent, 3 months ago, I said he wants to stay at this football club. If he wants to stay, why doesn't he sign the contract?
That's also valid. That's very valid.
So sign the contract. We're in December. We've got a week or two to go. There's too much noise, Sarib. If you can't, if you're gonna say that, you know what, even when you've got Michael Owen and even Carragher today, or everybody tweeting saying that there's, you know what, there's way too much noise right now for Trent Alexander-Arnold for the, you know what, that he wants to leave. I believe he's gonna 6 months where I think he's gonna go. You cannot say Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to become a manager, wants to become the captain of Liverpool Football Club. If somebody really wants to become a captain of Liverpool Football Club, who is a boyhood, who's been at the club since he was 8 years old, and he really wants to thingy, you sign that contract. We're not exactly going to give him 200 grand a week, Sarib, are we? Come on, from the noise from what we're hearing from credible sort of journalists in terms of the monetary value, he probably wants 350. We're probably offering him 250.
So have you
right?
ever thought have you ever thought about the fact that the contract that's been offered to Trent, he doesn't believe is good enough? Because if the contract was good enough, he would sign it. Yes or no?
No. My thing is he's not signing the contract because he wants out.
My thing is he hasn't signed the contract because we've not offered him a good enough contract, which is why he wants to go.
So your reasoning. 1 second. So your reasoning for Trent wanting to leave is money reason. Yes, because because we're not offering him the money he wants.
That's one of them. Yeah, that's what. Of course, that's one.
That's your. No, I'm asking you. That's your reason, isn't it?
That's
not my reason.
That's one.
That's not my reason. My reason is one. He wants out. He wants to go to play. He wants to play for Real Madrid.
Why?
That's my reason. Because he wants to try something new. He wants to leave Liverpool Football because he wants to go and jump into bed with Jude Bellingham.
Everything at Liverpool. Why not? Why?
No. Listen to me. For me, it's not a money thing. How can I don't buy that this is a Trent Alexander-Arnold's issue for not signing a contract is a money thing, because there's way too much noise. It's a Real Madrid thing. It's a Jude Bellingham thing. So if you think it's a money thing and it's not because of Madrid, you're the one that was saying to me yesterday it's all because of Real Madrid.
That's also true, though. That's why I said it's one of the reasons. That's why I said it's one of the reasons. Money is one of the reasons.
Well, that is it's not a money thing. It's Real Madrid. And if you think that it's because of money, then honestly,
China. Okay, one thing, right? If Liverpool say, look, what do you want? He goes, I want 250 grand, and Liverpool give him it. Is he staying?
No. He's not staying. He's going. This is my point with you, Baxter. It's not about money.
Trent says to me, if you want me to stay, look, I'm saying Trent saying, I'm giving this scenario. If Trent says to me, I want to stay, but give
Trent's not going to say that, Waxer. He's not going to say that.
I'm giving this scenario to say if Trent said, look, if that's the case, why is he having negotiations for a contract?
Exactly. This is exactly my point. Exactly.
Okay. The negotiations. What negotiations? You got Real Madrid. Waxer, Real Madrid are putting in bids in January for a player, bro. When do Real Madrid put a bid for January for a player that they want? Come on, man. Because you know why? Because they've asked. Because you know why? What's that? Because they've already tested. They know the scope of what's happening. They've already come out.
China, what I'm saying to you, if he's not, look, I know he wants to join Real Madrid. I know that for a fact. But Liverpool are still negotiating with him for a contract.
No, they're trying to persuade him. There's a difference, Waxer. Listen.
Persuade him with what though?
Because he wants to leave.
Yeah,
there's a difference between you and negotiating and persuading.
I'm persuading someone with what? I'm telling you, please stay.
Basically, please stay. We're literally begging him, don't go, stay, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, at least that's happening, isn't it? So
what's happening?
Be persuaded. That's the one thing.
No.
Gino, this is a comment. Why negotiate for a player who wants out of the club? You tell me this. Answer this question in your words. What? You believe Trent's going to leave the club, so why are Liverpool negotiating a contract with him? You tell me this. Why? It's not persuasion. That's not the word used.
Listen to me. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a PR game. He cannot come out. What do you want him to do? He cannot. Waxer. He cannot come out already.
I understand that.
It's a long game.
I understand that.
Trent Alexander-Arnold has to play the longer game. He can't come out straight away and say that I don't want to negotiate. You expect Trent
No.
Alexander-Arnold because he's going to get pelters from the fans, mate, if he comes out and says that. So
He's
it's a
gonna get
PR
pelted,
game.
isn't
He's going to long it. He's trying to long the game.
But
If you
probably
don't
trying to-
understand what
either way,
Yeah.
he's going to get shafted from the fans.
Exactly,
anyway.
that's what I
Exactly.
said.
He's going to get
No.
but he'd rather get shafted in April than get shafted in November. And
No, of
that's
course.
Yeah, exactly. Because then he's got 8 months of getting shafted. He would rather long it out as long as possible. We've still
And
got
that is better
Yeah.
for fans though as well though. It
What?
gets prolonged, isn't it? On
It's
one
gone too
side-
far now.
I think
But
it's
no,
worse.
Till January, it was fine.
That's
He
when
was
they're on
going to
mute.
get away with it. The fans were going to give him time. The fans said, okay, TK, whatever you need to crack on with, you can crack on with. You give it till Jan. When it hits Jan, bro, it's hell's going to break loose. Why? Because you can start talking to other clubs. Come on, if you don't understand the game that's being played, then this is past your imagination.
Can I
bro.
just come to Sarib? I want his thoughts on this. I think it's a tweet or it's part of his article. Chris Bascom, I think it's from the Telegraph.
I didn't see
Liverpool insist Alexander-Arnold has expressed no desire to leave the club. Okay. However, many will consider it is unfeasible that the Madrid approach has been made without the awareness of the homegrown Anfield player.
That's very fair. That's very fair. We played them 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago. Of course, there
Okay.
might have been some sort of talks, but that's not. Like I said yesterday, we don't know that for sure. That's why
You don't know that for sure.
Let me finish. If you want to carry on laughing, Gene, and making comments and looking to the side, you think it's all funny. Like I'm
I
giving
do think it's funny. I think it's funny if you don't think you don't know if it's for sure Real Madrid want him. You're like, come on, man, flipping. The guy's right.
Asim,
Exactly. Have some
Asim,
shame,
Asim,
man.
Let him speak.
Let
Let
him
him
speak.
speak.
He doesn't let me finish. He looks at the comments and goes, "Oh, they all
Gene,
agree."
if you want to laugh, if you want to smile, do
Yeah,
it mute.
we don't know if it's true.
every single time.
Sadib, he won't do that now. He won't do that now. If he does it, he'll do it on mute. Carry on.
Honestly, like I've lost my train of thought now. So just go move on to the next point, man.
No, I want to
Asim,
ask
go on to
you.
the super chats.
I genuinely forgot what I was gonna say now, man.
We got okay. If
Yeah,
you
I
try to
it
get
wasn't
that
that
back.
bad, is it? Come on,
Okay,
man.
we've had Kibriaz. Paddy, thank you very much for your super chat, bro. Bradley until the end of the season for me, and then one from Shane McGee. Thank you very much for sending it through, mate. Doubt it's money since no reports have ever mentioned his wage demands from Spanish journalists. Madrid don't bid without confidence from somewhere. We'll go with the Paddy's one. Who wants to take Paddy's? Bradley. There's a lot of talk about him, but my concern, I've been telling you guys for a long time that Bradley's a good player, but he's not Trent. And two, because of his nature of his game, Waxy, I think the guy's gonna get injured loads unless he like matures his game out.
No, you're right. I think Bradley provides good cover. Oh, no, not excellent cover, but I think he provides good cover. But we need a lot more from other players for what Trent does in terms of his assists, his ball, his distribution, and so forth. So we need a little bit more from our other players like McAllister, Szoboszlai, that need to chip in to cover some of the Trent's work that he does with the ball. But I think Bradley overall can provide a good foundation as a right back. But obviously, you've got to look at this. Asim, there's only 3-4 months left. You know what I mean? Trent's not going to leave in January. That's not going to happen. He's going to leave in summer. So let him ride it out. Let him play the games that he wants. Because end of the day, Asim, it's not about Trent. It's about Liverpool. We want to win titles. If he's going to perform 120% every game, then he's starting over Bradley.
What sort of reception do you think he's going to get on Sunday, Waxer?
It'll be mixed. I think it'll be mixed.
Is that not a concern?
Because-
If it's a
because
mixed
I-
reaction,
I
surely
think it's about-
if you think it's going to be a mixed reaction, I
But
don't think it
remember-
will be. I think it'll be fine.
But remember, Asim,
If it is-
there's always reactions are different from Twitter.
No,
and
I'm
match
asking you
day.
in the ground. I don't think the reaction will be bad
Don't
unless
think
he
I don't think
comes
it'll be
out.
bad. I don't think it'll be bad.
very, very
Because
well.
remember, Trent has not come out himself and said,
Yeah, he hasn't yet.
Exactly. Sarib, you got your train of thought back?
Wait, so Trent hasn't asked to leave the club. We're all speculating that he wants to leave the club. Yet every journal that's come out and said, apparently we're playing the game. But let me finish. Yeah, every journal has come out and said there's been no desire from Trent to leave the club. They think he's gonna leave, but there's no like clear indication from Trent Alexander-Arnold that he wants to leave the Liverpool. And you said yesterday, Asim, we have to believe what the journalists tell us.
No, we
Because
don't have to believe all the journalists. When have I said that?
that's what Romano said. Romano's been saying the same thing for many, many months, that there's no indication from Trent he wants to leave. Liverpool are still talking to him about a contract extension.
Uh-huh.
My whole basis for this year, my whole basis, and it's going to be this basis until he comes out and says, I want to leave, will be, why are Liverpool negotiating a contract with a player that wants to leave the club?
Okay, but Sarib, you have to understand, when Gene is saying that he's leaving, he's actually saying the exact same thing that you tweeted yesterday.
I know.
Before you came to on the
know.
show, you
know.
tweeted Trent is leaving. Now
I
that's
know.
not based on information. That's not based on. That's just based on feelings and opinions,
Still think he's
judging or what you're reading through the media.
Still think he's going to leave, but I'm going to give arguments for both sides because it
Of
hasn't happened.
course.
It hasn't happened.
No, to your in your defense, and I said the same thing to I think it was, and it hasn't happened. But we've also seen situations like Rooney, for example, at Man United when his head was turned, and then after 6 months, we saw Stevie G. Yeah, he basically decided to leave for Chelsea, but then he got convinced to stay. So we've seen, and now Trent has not come out and officially said he wants to leave. We get that. We're going by the messages and the narratives out by generally reliable journalists.
Fair enough.
But what we have to remember is, Gene, is the situation can change. Liverpool can come to the table, and we've been told the discussions are ongoing. Now, that's good news, isn't it? So Trent can be convinced. Maybe it is a game on his behalf to get a better deal out of Liverpool, Gene.
It's also true.
But you have to wait and see then, isn't it? If it's a deal or if his brothers are playing the game.
We need to be, quite clear on is that we cannot let this affect anything on the pitch. It's a
It won't do. I don't think it will.
No, but look, the argument is drop Trent. Play Bradley.
That's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous, isn't it? Drop Trent and play Bradley.
Bradley isn't fit.
But what I'm saying to you, isn't it going to affect our performance, our chances of winning as much as we can? We need to have our best players on the pitch. So because he's saying like, I want to go to Real Madrid, but he can come out and perform 110% for the rest of the season and win as a quad. What more do you want?
No, what more do we want? No, look, like I said, look, we're okay. Listen, I don't have any issue with Trent playing until the end of the season. I don't have an issue with that because I've always maintained that, you know what, he's a model professional. He's been at the club at the end of the day. He's been at the club since 8 years old. He's a scouser. He will work. He will give it everything he's got until the end of the season. That's if he want. Well, if I believe he's going to go at the end of the season, and then he'll move on. Fine, I have no issues with that. Go crack on. The issue that I've got right now is, but don't expect him to be all hardy-da. We're all hardy-da with Trent until the end of the. If he comes out, which I don't think he doesn't want to come out and say, but guys, I'm leaving Liverpool Football Club at the end of the season because it's pelters time. He knows this more than I do. Everybody, that he's gonna get pelters especially being from Liverpool, boyhood club, all that type of stuff. It's slightly different. It is slightly different if you're homegrown and born and bred the Liverpool way, and you've stayed there. You've been there since 8 years old. It's slightly different to a player that's coming when he's 23, 24 years old. It is.
But China, he's gonna come out and say, look, I give everything to the club. This was my final season that
we give every single thing to club.
I won the
him
Premier
as well.
League title. I won the Champions League title this season. I won the quad with you. This is everything I pushed for. Give us your blessing. I want to try something different. You're gonna say, okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Look, so you guys can give him your blessing. Some people can say, you know what, we gave him our blessing. You can move on, crack on. Other fans will be like, F you, mate, because at the end of the day, and F you. What?
Why can't you leave?
What do you mean? Why can't I leave? You can leave. Nobody's saying don't leave. Nobody's saying don't leave.
Why is everyone fuming?
I'm not saying don't leave. People say, I'm saying you can leave.
Yeah, but why fuming?
Other players have come and gone. He can leave if he wants. But in the world, the difference is there's something that you don't be said. Issue is when you've got players in the past, you've come out, I want to become captain of Liverpool Football Club, and this means more, and all this bullshit palaver that he was coming up with, and then leave 1 second, and then leave. Then don't expect then the fans are going to go up to him and say, listen, you're a rat for saying all this type of stuff. This is what you've done.
That's fine.
So you can't. Yeah,
that's fine on comments, but on performance-wise, he's come out and won.
It's not only just on performance, though, is it, Waxer? It's never just on performance, though.
I think what Gene's trying to
show some loyalty to the. You have to show loyalty. He's our vice captain. Show some loyalty to the football club. A club that you with your efforts since you were 8 years old.
Loyalty? Stay at the club forever.
No, get us the fee. He should have signed it.
No,
Listen, Waxy, he should have.
like I said at the beginning of the show.
That's loyalty, Waxy. That's loyalty.
No, I said at the beginning of the show, the thing that's fuming me is that to give something back to the club is at least get a fee.
That's fair, and I have no. That's what I've always maintained.
50, 60, 70 million, 100 million.
Give us one more year.
Fine.
Put a thingy down. Give us one more year. Stay at the club. You still. It's not like we're not going for titles. We're still going. If we were not going for titles, Waxy, right now, and we're sat here and thinking, you know what? If the guy wants to leave, he probably wants to win the Champions League at different clubs. All right, I can sort of get it.
But Gene,
but right now we're going for the big trophies, man.
That's also an indication. When you're saying we want to get a fee for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you're saying give him a 1-year contract. But the fact that that's not happened at this moment in time, and we're still negotiating for his contract, is why I have some slight of optimism that he may stay in this club.
But remember, Trent will. Real Madrid will not sign Trent if he signs a new contract. They won't sign him.
If he signs a 1 year,
man.
Not even 1 year.
Real Madrid say a lot of shit, and they still get signed the players if they want.
Kylian
Mbappe did.
Yes, for Mbappe.
If they want a player, actually, and they have to wait, they'll do it.
No, I don't think if he signs a 2-year contract.
Mbappe signed a new contract. They wanted him a free. Mbappe signed a new contract, and they still signed him. So I don't think that's.
Yeah, but he signed him, but it was a free though, wasn't it? You just played an extra year.
It was 2 years. 2 years with an option for one.
But they didn't pay him a fee, did they? To PSG.
Yeah, but his fee was always going to be over his contract. I say, they didn't pay PSG the fee, but they gave Mbappe a bloody £100 million signing on fee. So for them,
but Real Madrid will come out and say, look, take it or leave it now.
They say that, man.
They will say that to Trent, won't they? So
they say that, but
you don't sign that contract, we'll sign you this summer. You sign that contract with Liverpool, we're not going to sign you. That's what they'll say.
I just think, personally, if he leaves in the summer, I'm saying on my perspective, if he leaves in the summer and it's on a free transfer, I won't have an issue with that. And I'll tell you why. Because I believe that he had fulfilled the contract he signed. It's not like he was playing around or whatever. Maybe the contract offered him wasn't good enough. Maybe he wanted to go. But the fact of the matter is, he was a Liverpool player. He always gave his all. And I know I said a few comments last week, but Gene put me in my place. Fair enough. I believe he fulfilled his contract. He's always given his all when he's played for this football club. He's dropped performances 10 out of 10s at times, 9 out of 10s. He's won everything. So I will clap him off, whether he goes on a free or whether he goes for 50, 60 million. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Sarib, would you clap him off? Would you clap him off? Or let's say, hypothetically speaking,
I'm talking about myself.
Yeah, let's say he's leaving definitely in the summer, yeah? Would you take 40, 50 million for him in January?
No.
Yeah.
No, because I think he's too valuable of a player to lose for a transfer fee. I think the 6 months he's going to give us, last 6 months he's going to give us, is more important than the 50 million. Like I was listening to Waxy saying, we win the Premier League and the Champions League, we make that money back. So selling him now is not worth it for Liverpool, I think. And plus, you look at the right back market in general. Bradley's out, Gomez can play there, but generally look at the right back market, it's not very good. You look at Frimpong, is he the Liverpool profile? No, we're going to do a transfer show, I'm sure, but there's not really any profile I look like.
Sorry, do you know what we'll do at the end of the season if he goes? You know, where's it gone now?
Whilst you're looking for that, Gene, I'll just go through Donny LFC's super chat. Yeah.
The mural is getting, no, he's not getting a raise. We're just going to change it. We're going to put down, I'm just a normal lad from Liverpool whose dream is to play for Real Madrid.
There's been a few of them, aren't there?
Gene, are you annoyed that he's leaving on a free, or are you annoyed that he's leaving?
I'm annoyed that if I'm honest with you, look, I don't want him to leave. I've always believed he's a generational talent. He's one of our best players. The Liverpool Football Club, one of the best teams in the world. Why would you want to leave? One.
I get
number two. Okay. What? Let me finish. Number two, if you want to leave, then him out of all the people, he should have got us a fee, because he was born and bred Liverpool. He's been at other clubs since 8 years old. We've supported him since he was 8 all the way up until now. So he had a loyalty towards Liverpool Football Club, where he thought, if I really want to go, at least give him, Liverpool, something where, you know what, okay, I've given you something, boys. For him to not get us anything and, just leave. That's a sickener. That's a sickener for me.
Yeah.
That's a sickener for me. Because, especially why, I'll tell you, because I've seen loyalty from other players. I've seen loyalty from other better players than him, like Ronaldo, who gave United an extra year. There's players who showed loyalty to their clubs by giving them an extra year and making sure. McAllister did this 2 years ago, bro. McAllister could have gone to a free to any club, but what did he do? He signed a contract. He made sure that he got Brighton. Okay, it was only 35 million, but he gave him some. He shook hands with Brighton and he chipped.
Yeah,
That is my issue with him.
I think all Liverpool fans, majority would accept Trent to leave if he got a decent fee. I think everyone will give his blessings. I think they would. Look, he comes, wins us a title, he signs a contract, whatever, and we sell him for 100 million to Real Madrid.
Breaking news. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted, Liverpool still have hope that Trent Alexander-Arnold will stay, but they know it will not be easy because Real Madrid are pushing very hard.
Shall I put out the quotations?
Yeah.
Well, I've read it out now. There's no point. But we'll go through the super chat, Sarib. This is Trent's team getting Madrid to bid knowing it will be rejected. He's covering himself on Liverpool
100.
not getting money for him. Sarib?
This is Trent's team.
100%.
Look, I get why people think that. I completely understand Gene's frustration and all of the Liverpool fans' frustration. I get it on 100%. Maybe I'm not like that as a fan, but I'm again. My whole argument will always be if you were so desperate to leave, we wouldn't be negotiating a contract for him. That I will stand by the argument until he says I'm leaving, and that's the only base we can have. If Liverpool are still negotiating for a contract with him, there's still optimism that he's going to stay. He might leave, and I still think he's going to leave, but I'm also going to stay optimistic because I want him to stay as well. And I think that's
I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you, Axie. Because here's Unks with the comment, and it makes
I want to say something about that.
He says, sorry, but no fee is the club's fault.
But I want to say something about that. There was some information come out about Trent signing the extension, wasn't it?
In 2021.
He signed a 4-year deal and not a 5. Whereas everyone else signed 5 years plus. Why 4 years? There must be something substantial about just signing a 4-year deal at that point.
Was it by design?
Exactly. So they've done a 4-year deal because he wanted to leave when he turns 26.
I mean, he just wanted leave. Maybe wanted more control at the time. I don't want to say Trent wanting to leave. Actually, Klopp was there. Then it was slightly different. Asim, because it was slightly different. Klopp was there. He wanted to be more in control.
Contract, though.
Van Dijk got a 4-year deal after an ACL in the same year. Yeah. Alisson in the same year signed a 6-year contract. Robertson signed a 5-year contract.
But I'm saying Liverpool did offer Trent a 6-year contract or 5-year contract.
We don't know if he actually offered him.
But he agreed to a 4-year contract.
I assume so Liverpool will have, because if everyone else is signing 5 and 6 years, why would you want your probably prize even then? You want to be prized assets. 22.
Yeah.
To sign
you don't sign a 5-year, 6-year deal. Come on. So is it club's fault or is it something by design?
But can you look at this? Maybe they didn't expect Trent Alexander-Arnold to have the trajectory that he had. That's also a factor because he was a young player. How many young players have we seen come through, burst onto the scene? The likes of Dele Alli, the likes of Ross Barkley, that have started so well. We're speaking about they're going to be generational superstars for England, and they've fallen off 2 years later. Do you think that is a factor as well to it? Because it can happen to anyone. Trent Alexander-Arnold was still a young player. Trent Alexander-Arnold was still a young English player coming through the ranks at one of the top English clubs in the country. That is also a factor, maybe as to why Liverpool offered him a 4-year deal. Maybe they were saving their books as well. Because, like I said, we've seen the likes of Dele Alli, the likes of Ross Barkley. I'm sure many more. Phil Jones, another example of players that were touted to be top talents in England and didn't hit up to the expectations. Do you think that's a factor?
And someone mentioned that he rejected 6-year deal. He went for a 4-year deal.
I don't know how true that is. I have not seen anything like that. But if he has, then fair enough. But I'm going to base it on him being offered the 4-year contract. I think that's also very, very relevant.
Okay, there's more breaking news. I think it's a bit of regurgitated stuff, really. Real Madrid are extremely confident and optimistic about signing Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, it's come from Fabrizio. It looks bleak, Sarib. It looks bleak. And I do feel the person I feel sorry for is Arne Slot, who week in, week out has been asked questions, and he's deflected them and managed them absolutely brilliantly. But he'll get pounded with more and more questions, and he'll bat them off like he's been doing for the last 3-4 months. But at the business end of the season, when we're playing absolutely brilliant football, something that we haven't seen before, and we're how many points? 8 clear with the game in hand. It's shocking that all this noise is going to be a cloud hanging over the club. If you think, and everyone's just stopped talking about Salah and Van Dijk, it seemed very, very positive, and it probably still it will end up getting sorted. But all the noise has been about Trent, and I think the fans want a bit of clarity, and I think they were well within their rights. And someone mentioned it that this is a vice captain, Sarib. Vice captains are supposed to have extra responsibility on their shoulders, and maybe he does need to come out and give the fans a bit of clarification, because this is just bonkers, man. No, you don't agree?
I agree.
No, I think clarity is very important. You have to be clear, especially. But I think it's such an important time of the season now. Top of the table, 10 points clear. Top of the Champions League, semi-finals of Carabao Cup. We're in the FA Cup. This is such a these points are so distracting in any season. It's just something that we don't need. I'd rather have Trent say, look, I want to leave, or say, look, in the summer, I don't want to talk about anything now, concentrate on the season.
Okay.
Has to be something, because we know in the past these kind of things have had issues in our performances on the pitch.
Waxy, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. I've just messaged Fabrizio, and we're going to bring Fabrizio in. But this is our very own Fabrizio.
Castoray.
Where's your buta, man? Where's your buta?
Oh, yaar, I
Show
can't.
me your buta.
It's one of those ones, I can't
He's probably
because of the
knocking him back, isn't he? Probably knocking him back.
New Year's Eve, innit? That's why.
Sarib, how are we, Sarib? Sarib, how are we?
Avi, before you come on,
Waxy looks like Doctor Who today. Doctor.
He is
Asim,
a doctor.
wait, Asim, you know when we do shows, Gene and Avi can't hit the numbers. When I'm on the show, we get 600 people. Blue Chip had to.
Avi, he's the number.
That's me, by the way.
Wait, Waxy came
And
on.
Waxy.
Came on.
Sarib, you are the blue chip, yaar. Kasam se, you are the blue chip.
Avi,
Listen,
before
sorry.
you go, can you just take it easy with the language that you use in the chats? There's kids on the chat, man.
No, honestly, that's not me. That's my burner. I'm telling you, that's my burner. I've told him to calm down on the language. I'm sorry. Apologies.
But joking aside,
The Kashan Kali Fabrizio.
I'm gonna put that on screen. I'm sorry. Right. Which is he? What's it? Best way or Bookers?
I don't even know if the company's anymore back home.
But joking aside, Avi,
Yeah.
just your general thoughts. I know we had a long discussion yesterday, but it's developed today, hasn't it?
It's developed massively. I think Madrid now are going to push throughout January, Asim. I don't think they're going to stop at this. We've been rebuffed at the first approach. I think they're going to go again. I think now Trent's he's not even in a catch-22. He's got himself in a bit of a bother. Him and his brothers or his agents, whoever's looking after this, they've got themselves in a bit of a bother, because where do you go from here? Obviously, they've been invited to make an approach to Liverpool, Madrid. There's no way they've done this blindsided, and Trent's not known about it. Trent has known that, look, Madrid are going to come in. Do you want to, can we approach? Well, not can we approach. We're going to approach Liverpool for your services in January. And he's probably said, yeah. And they've probably thought damage limitations, they'll get a fee for around 25, 30 million euros or pounds, should be pounds really, and Liverpool will accept. Well, we haven't accepted. We've rejected their first approach. And now it's damning, Asim, because for me, as we are now going into Sunday, I wouldn't play him. Regardless of whether Bradley's fit or not, I wouldn't play Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Sarib, I see you shaking your head, and I totally understand that.
Wait. You've been saying Conor Bradley is the next Cafu since 10 years ago, so of course you're going to say that.
Sarib,
No,
let
but
him finish. Let him finish. Sarib, let him finish.
He's not fit. Sarib, he's not fit.
He's had it out for Trent for how long?
I haven't had it out for.
You have, because the amount of time you say drop Trent, he's shit, put Bradley in the team, Bradley's a far better fullback than Trent Alexander. You think I haven't been watching what you've been saying, have you? For months and months and months, and now you want to drop him when we all know that he's always going to give us 110%.
Because Sarib, I want players that are going to be playing for this football club for the foreseeable future. I don't want someone flirting with us or dicking us around for the next 6 months, and that's what he's doing. And his performances may drop. He hasn't been on top form all season. He has had his dips as well. Yes, when he got back from injury, He wasn't playing well. But Bradley is an able understudy. Are you telling me Bradley can't see out the next 5 months if he's fit? Or Joe Gomez can't see this season now? Of course he can.
But Avi, don't you think?
I'm
Don't
sorry,
you think that's?
I
Don't
don't
you
want
think
to
that's
play.
too early, Avi? Don't you think that's too early, especially from a player that we haven't even heard anything
Asim,
from
I don't want a player.
officially?
I do not want a player that's holding us to ransom. What do you mean officially? Asim, are you telling me today that Trent didn't invite Madrid to approach Liverpool?
I don't know. You tell us.
We are not saying that. No, we are not saying that Trent has been blindsided. Are we trying to say that Trent didn't know anything about Madrid approaching Liverpool this morning or last night?
Of course, Trent knew.
I
Camp
agree with
definitely
you.
knew.
I agree with you. But he's not shown any signs of down tooling.
So hold on, Waxy, that tells me that he's playing the club now.
Of
He's
course
what?
he is.
He's playing the club. And not only did Gene tell me, and Gene deserves the biggest credit, Saj, he deserves the biggest credit because he has been lambasting for the last 6-7 months that Trent Alexander-Arnold wants out. It isn't about contractual talks or giving him a higher pay packet. Trent wants out.
But Avi, would he risk titles?
I'm sorry, Waxy, but if you're saying that you don't have belief in Bradley or Joe Gomez to see out the next 5 months for us to win the league, then there's something seriously wrong because we know that Joe Gomez
is out for, we don't know how long Gomez is out for.
we know full well.
But both of them injured at the moment.
We know
One at a time. One at a time, boys. One at a time.
How
We
can
know
how can
full
he
well
drop him
that
for
Joe
Man United when
Gomez
both of them
and
are
Conor
injured?
Bradley have been able understudies as right backs.
Let's
Conor
drop
Bradley played the League Cup
But they're
final
both
last night.
injured.
He played some
This is
big
the thing.
games last night.
Wow.
They're both injured.
Yeah, let's drop Trent Alexander-Arnold on the weekend when we've got no fit right backs available at the moment. Wow, the blue chip, everybody. Let's give a clap to the blue chip. Let's give a clap, a round of applause to the blue chip, guys.
You sound like a third. You sound like a third.
One at a time, boys. One at a time. Listen, let me.
Analysis, mate. Top
Sarib, you sound like a turd. And second of all, if you think that we need a right back to beat United, then you got something seriously wrong with yourself.
I
You
could,
could beat them with 9 men.
I could play on Sunday.
We could probably beat them with 9 men.
Please, no.
But,
I don't want
can
to
I,
see
can
nine
I look on a serious note though? Can I? I can understand why.
Gene, before you go, these guys have been waiting for their super chats to be read out. I think that we've got another 3. Balaji Srinivas, thank you very much for your super chat. By Log, amazing panel. Thank you very much. Hit the likes. I have 1 point. This is an absolute failure on FSG's BS model. Sell to buy them sloppy now. Chose to let lose the best quality for which we could have had 200 million. I think that's slightly optimistic with 200 million for Trent, but I get the point. Thank you very much for the super chat. Jordanian Eagle, no matter how this shakes out, Trent will not come out of this with the same image. I'm sorry, Trent isn't worth 200k a week for what a few assists which get cancelled out by his defensive lapses. And the last one
I disagree
from
with that.
ads by Trent's replacement now. Some interesting thoughts. You want to react to them before Gene goes?
I think the assists part of it, I think he's a very important player. It's not just assists. I think it's just a gameplay within the actual game itself, and not just assists. And defensively, he's done really well. I think he's done really well this season defensively. So he is quite important to the team. And is he worth 200k? I think he's worth more than 200k. Come on, you got some silly people on more than that. They might not be worth it, but I think he's on 200k at the moment, 180, something like that.
Something like that.
200k, come on, 20k pay rise, come on, he needs more than that. I think 250 would be ideal, I think, for him at his age.
Okay. Who's put? I didn't put this comment up. Sarib, you're on mute.
I think if you put me on mute, sounds like Sarib sounds like a Play FC person at the moment. As soon as Avi said drop him, he got mad. It's true what Avi says. Drop him. He knows he's going to be a Madrid player. So why is he giving 100% for us? Because we've all come into an agreement that he's going to give his all for this football club till the day he leaves because he's that.
Look, at the end of the day, we want to win titles.
Player.
We want to win titles.
Yeah.
Maxi, what makes you think that we can't see out the season without Trent?
But why take that risk, Avi?
Why
What
yeah,
is this?
again?
Asim,
Why
how
take
is
that
it a risk? If Bradley comes back by the weekend or the week after, why is it a risk? If Bradley gives us 19 games, are you telling me that we're going to lose like 5 out of those 19 or 6 out of those 19?
I'm of the opinion, Avi, like, when
Bradley played 25 games last season, he played against the biggest teams and he came out unscathed.
And we didn't win the league.
I'm of the opinion when
not-
when
let-
you
let's
you
not
don't
talk
play
about
you don't play a player, you put him on the bench, you leave him out the squad.
You
If
don't
he's
play a
one-
player that's not committed to the club, Asim. You don't play a
Why is he
player
not committed?
that you know is leaving in May or June.
No, but he's not refusing to play.
Oh my God, it's the same thing.
It's not a
It's not,
continuous
man.
situation,
And
is
then
he? Where he's
everything he
faking
goes
a back
into-
injury.
Okay, if Trent makes it obvious,
Coutinho faked a back injury. It's
If
not that
we-
situation.
if we know Trent's going to Madrid, you think he's going to go full pelt in 50-50 challenges?
Wait. So when Luis
Your
When
mindset
hasn't
changes.
he
Your
shown that?
mindset changes, Asim. Your mindset changes.
Wait,
As soon as you know you're off, shut up, Sarib. As soon as
No,
your
don't
mindset
be
changes,
rude.
you
Don't
know-
be rude.
Let him go, man.
Sarib.
Let him speak.
Shut up.
Let him speak.
Your mindset changes. As soon as you know you're going to another club, your mindset changes, Asim. We've seen that for many years. For so many players that are going, have got a contract in place from January to a next club for the next season. Their mindset just changes subconsciously. Everything changes. Bradley or Gomez are fine. You play them. Our club is not to be dicked around with, right? If Trent wants to leave, that's it. He's done. He's gone for me. He does not. You strip him off the vice captaincy and you don't play him. You bench him. Simple.
Look, Avi,
Well,
Avi,
he's,
I'll be
well,
honest
he's
with you.
starting on Sunday, by the way.
Wait,
And
Asim, I have a question.
everyone knows I'm right. Everyone knows I'm right.
Avi,
Everyone knows
Avi, 1 second. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I don't believe for 1 second that from now till the end, even if he and I'm the one that's gone to town on him more than anybody, yeah. I don't believe he's that type of player, and I think he respects Liverpool Football Club enough that he would give it 100% until the end of the season. Do I believe that he will play? Yes. I can't see Trent Alexander-Arnold not starting for Liverpool until the end of the season. And if Bradley's fit, look, Bradley's done a really, really good job since he's been here. He's out injured right now. We've already down to our bare bones with our defenders. So we can't, beggars right now can't be choosers. Am I pissed off with Trent? No shit, I am. But from now till the end of the season, he plays. But why? Because he is what's best for Liverpool Football Club right now. He's under contract with us right now. We're the ones that are paying him £180,000 a week. So with respect, he plays and he gives us whatever he can. Yes, if he starts to down tools and if he starts to become a problem, then yes, of course I want him out of the team. But until then, Avi, we have to let him, play because at the end of the day he's under contract with us. So he plays until then. If he starts to play, if Arnie believes that, but one thing, and Asim's mentioned this many a times about Slot. If Slot sees an inch of a player not pulling his weight, he's off. He's out.
We've seen that
So
with
he
Trent
won't
already.
take no shit.
We saw that-
So he
we
won't
saw
take
that
no
with Trent.
shit.
We
So
saw
Slot will
that
take no shit.
We
Let
saw
me-
that
let me-
with Trent. Fulham's second goal. When he scored, we saw when Robinson got away from Trent. Trent didn't track back.
Avi, he just came back from look. Listen,
Oh, come
we were
on.
down to 10.
Avi, if you're
Avi,
pinning in one situation, he's had
come
two
on.
brilliant performances in the next two games.
When you're 10 men down,
Avi,
you go for it.
he's had two brilliant performances in the next two games,
He
though.
scored on the weekend as well.
He's actually doing played really well for the last two games, hasn't he?
Sorry?
He's had a really good. He's played really well for the last couple of games. So you can't pinpoint one aspect of that game when we were down to 10.
If you want players to dick around your club, then keep
I'm
playing.
not saying Dick and
I'm promising you, he won't be playing. He will
I've
not
two
play. If you do not get a resolution by January, he will not be starting.
I've got a point, Gene. Luis Suarez.
Quote me on that. Quote me on that as well.
Let him go.
Okay, can
Go on.
we get more super chats in, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Shane McGee, thank you very much. Madrid would never buy Trent for max
Luis
amount. Sorry? Because he's a luxury signing for them. Our team is set up to cater to him. Will Real Madrid do that? And there's another one from Howder. Thank you very much for your super chat. If Trent is leaving in the summer, who is the most realistic replacement? And have you guys any information about it? Well, we've got our very own in-house ITK in. Any names floating about?
Lennox Conde.
Bradley.
I told you before, in 2 years' time, Lennox Conde is going to be that guy. And you, Gina, and Asim, both of you, at least out of the crew, and Waxy maybe, because he's a humble guy, you will say, Avi, you were spot on about Lennox Conde.
Okay, TK.
Asim, I have a point to make. Yeah, everyone keeps speaking about Trent's desire when he's going to play, give his all for Liverpool. When Luis Suarez wanted to leave Liverpool in 13-14, did his performance levels drop when he wanted to go to Arsenal? No. When Philippe Coutinho wanted to go to Barcelona in the summer and Klopp took him out of the team for a bit, put him back in the team, he had his best numbers. He got 12 goals and 8 assists in 20 appearances, and then we sold him. That's a pure example.
Sarib, he did lie about his, but he did say, I've really broke my back at one point, though.
That's fine, but when
What about performance, Gene?
his best
Performance.
performances came
On the
during that.
He did lie. But
Coutinho
what have you?
feigned injury.
he-
Coutinho feigned injury in the summer.
He feigned injuries. He feigned injuries.
That's up to you, okay?
After he asked to leave the club, after he had his best numbers for Liverpool in that period of time.
He
His
did, but
performance
he
level
did.
was at his optimum. Same with Luis Suarez. When he wanted to leave the football club, his performance levels were at his highest. That was his best season at the football club. So I don't buy the notion that drop Trent Alexander-Arnold because the blue chip.
But he
thinks
bit somebody when he left, man. Come on, here. Look. As much as I loved Suarez, look. At the end of the day, you know, he did a lot. He did a lot as well. You know, he bit somebody to get his move or whatever. People,
But
you can say all sorts.
China,
So,
his performance on
Coutinho
the
feigned.
pitch.
Coutinho, yeah, but they feigned an injury to get his move, bro. Waxy, bro. Come
Performance on
on.
the pitch.
That's lying, bro. That's
That's
chatting
not my
shit to us.
point. That's not my point. That's not my point. I'm talking about performance. His performance levels did not
Performance.
drop. They didn't drop. They didn't drop.
I'm not saying- I agree with-
He's
I
saying,
don't think
Trent
Hold on,
Alexander-Arnold.
hold on. Gina, hold
I
on.
don't think his
Sarib,
performance levels are going to drop.
Sarib,
Come on,
okay.
man.
Amicably, Sarib, did Coutinho not feign injury though? Did Coutinho not feign injury?
He did.
This guy does not listen. That's not my point. You don't listen. Listen.
Oh
Listen.
my god.
What are you on about then, Sarib, man?
I'm telling you
Is-
factuals though.
Whether the
That's a-
speculation was there or not, whether he wanted to leave the football club or not, when he was in the team, his performance levels did not drop. They were at the highest.
But when
Okay,
he
you
was
what?
in the team, well, one second. But when he was in the team, he lied and said, "I feigned an injury."
That's when he was out of the team.
You know what? Carry on, Asim.
You're not listening.
Oh, no, okay, move
They all wanted
on.
Suarez, Coutinho wanted to leave the football club.
Move on.
Yes, I'm speaking
Asim,
about he
move
wanted
on.
to fake injuries or not. That's not what I'm
Sarib,
saying.
okay,
You need to
okay,
listen.
can I-
You
can I-
always want to
can
be
I-
right. What I'm saying to you, Gene, is when he was in the team, his performances didn't drop. That
Okay.
was his best performance. The Liverpool shirt came in that time.
Sarib, let me tell you something. Okay.
So, when he's,
Suarez.
so obviously he didn't want to play in the team, so he feigned an injury then.
Gine,
So he didn't
Gine,
want to
let me
play
land.
for us.
Gina, I haven't had a chance to
Oh
speak
my
today.
God, my point is when he
Waxy,
played,
private chat.
performance levels were there.
Gina,
But
hold on.
when he,
I haven't-
so when he did it, Sarib, the guy didn't want to play for us. That's why he feigned the injury. Yes,
That's Gene. That's not my point. I don't care
Hold
about
on, hold on.
I
No,
do
no.
care about that.
No,
Not
hold
my
on, Gina.
point. You're talking about
Gina.
performance levels. Avi's point is I will drop Trent Alexander-Arnold because he thinks he's not going to perform because of the speculation. And I just
No,
gave
no,
him
no, no, no.
players that
Sarib,
performed at high
Sarib.
level.
Sarib, hold on. No, let me speak now. Gina, don't. I haven't even had a chance to speak today. Listen, guys, look, I'll tell you simple, yeah? Sarib is right, actually. From September till January or late December, Coutinho did perform 100%. I don't disagree. But you know that summer, Sarib, of 2017, he feigned injury.
I get that.
He
I
faked injury at
understand.
the beginning of the season. He came back against Leicester City at
And he
this stage,
scored.
and he scored and he played brilliant. Yes, but he did fake injury because he wanted that transfer to be done in the summer of 2017. As soon as we didn't budge, he started saying, "I'm fit again." So he played games there. Okay, but I agree with you. From September till December, he did play well. No
He was
problem.
unbelievable.
He was.
That's the point.
And that's
He's not-
Suarez.
But you
It's
can't see the
professional.
fact. Yes, he was perfect. But yes, he was professional when he played. But he was so unprofessional, if you want to use the word, for feigning an injury. That's one of the worst things
And
you can do.
I don't believe Trent will do that anyway, and his performance levels will
But then
drop.
why are you bringing up Coutinho then?
Because you spoke about performance levels, Gene. Abby spoke about performance
No,
levels.
no.
They didn't
So-
drop. They
Sa-
didn't
Sarib-
drop whatsoever.
Yeah,
He
he did mention the Fulham incident though.
They
Avi.
didn't drop.
Above-
That's my argument.
above-
They didn't
above-
drop.
You were
Avi
trying to
mentioned
imply,
the Fulham
Avi. Avi was trying to imply he didn't track back because his head's not in the right place.
That's
No,
wrong.
no,
That was
no,
wrong.
no.
I don't
That
agree with
was
that.
That's what I'm saying.
You made that point, Avi.
No,
That's what
no.
I'm saying.
I just said that wasn't because he's leaving or anything. I said, look, he didn't track back as he should have. But listen, on the now you've lost my food of thought now. On the Trent thing, it's not about performances, Sarib. I'm sure he'll give 100%, but I don't want my club to be dicked around. That's what I've said. If we know in January that he's going in the summer, if we know that conclusively that he's going to Madrid, why would we play him? I want players to play for this shirt for the foreseeable future, not only in the summer and that's it, goodbye, go. I want players to play for this shirt for this year and beyond, under the slot era, not just for 5-6 months. That's why I want to drop him. And I want him to be stripped of the vice captaincy. He should be stripped of that anyway. He should be stripped of the vice captaincy anyway.
That I
don't know
agree
why
with.
Mohamed
That
Salah-
he should be
I
stripped
don't
of the
know
vice
why
captaincy.
Mohamed Salah doesn't have
And
that
somebody who wants to leave the football
I
club
agree
should
with
be
the vice
stripped of the vice
captain.
captaincy. That's
I agree.
that I completely agree
That
with.
I agree with.
You can't if a guy
But
wants
dropping
out.
him,
Hold
No,
on.
no, I'm not
Well,
dropping because he's still under contract.
James Barber, give me 30 million pounds. I'll sell him in January.
What?
30 million pounds. I'll sell him in
Thank
January.
God you're not a sporting director of this club. Thank God.
Why? How much do you think we're going to get from 6 months to
I
go?
wouldn't even sell him in January.
No, I think we should take a fee. If he wants to go,
My word.
Sarib, if his head's not in the right place and he wants to go to Madrid, like we've seen the noises come out this morning that his entourage have been approached or Liverpool have been approached by Madrid, it's clear that he wants to play for them now.
But how can you say his head's not in the game when he's still performing?
But Sarib, why do you not understand? Madrid have been invited to come to Liverpool to approach them about the players' services now in January. That
This
tells you
happened.
that Trent-
They've
that
already.
is telling you Putter, that Trent wants to play for Madrid in January, not in the summer. He wants to go now.
That is it.
He wants to be a huge Bond right now.
Chris Bascom said he wouldn't be surprised if informal talks have been taking place already. So this happened a while ago already, and he's still performing. He's still performing. Gene was having a go at me yesterday for saying I don't think Trent's had talks with Real Madrid, but Gene was saying yes. So if that's happened, he's still performing at the high level. So I don't think that's going to drop whether January comes around.
No, but look, I don't think it's about his performance will drop. I don't think he will. I think,
Well,
I've always maintained that. Like, I don't think he'll. I think he'll still be professional enough to carry on. But strip him of his wife's captaincy if he wants out. Get rid of that. That he doesn't deserve to be vice captain of Liverpool Football Club. But one thing I will say to you lot is, look, end of the day, I get why some if Avi's saying, look, he'd rather take 30 million right now, and use that money. Asim, quick question to you lot. If we sold him for 30 million right now and Slot went and bought a right back that he wants, would you take it?
Yeah, get me Van der Sar from Monaco. Get me Van der Sar.
I'm just giving you that. If we receive 30 million right now and Slot went and
No,
bought a right back,
I wouldn't take it.
No.
30 million is not going to make a difference, Gene.
Why
Liverpool
wouldn't it make a
Football Club, it does, Asim.
How many?
Huh?
How expensive? How many?
Liverpool
But that-
Football,
we should-
the Liverpool
Well, that's
Football
another
Club, it does
question.
though.
We should be questioning that as fans as well.
But I'm just asking you. Okay,
I
we
wouldn't
just say
take it. I
Just
wouldn't
say he
take
wanted Frimpong. He wanted Frimpong. All right, I'm not saying.
I'd
Let's
win
not.
the league.
Let's,
I'd win the league with Trent. Trent, if he leaves, decides to leave officially, he can leave, and then we will get Frimpong. We should be financially, sustainable or in a good position to
look,
take
yeah,
that
that's why
hit.
we rejected it, Asim. That's why we've rejected it.
I will
We
say,
are in that
I will
position.
say though, I said this a couple of weeks and a couple of months ago. So I think in Slot setup, the onus is not on the right back to create as much, and I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's influence is not as heavy on this team as it was under Jurgen Klopp. I still think it's going to be a big miss for Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, because anyone's going to miss a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives us so many different ways of playing, but I believe that we will be fine if he leaves rather than Van Dijk.
I don't think we'll be fine. We'll have to find ways.
I think we'll be able to cope. I think we'll be able to cope.
Well, Asim, you're the one
Trent
who
is not
you-
replaceable, and I beg to differ. In the last month, you check the numbers, you check Trent's heat map, you check Trent's touches, and you check Trent's output. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but
Whether
Asim,
it's
you
first
comment-
phase,
Asim, you
second phase,
comment-
third phase,
Asim,
his
you
influence on
comment-
the team is growing. The more we play,
Is that from a fullback position or when he's been inverting?
from a
He hasn't
fullback
been.
position as well.
Asim, but you've been complimenting Slot on his versatility in tactics, in-game switches, in-game management. So what
Yes.
makes you think that we can't manage without Trent for the next 5 months?
Because he's so good.
You're all
I'm not saying we
you're
can't win
all
the
about how
I'm
Slot
not saying
finds
we can't win the.
different
No, let me
ways.
let
You
me
say
answer
Slot
you.
finds
Let
different
me answer
winning
your
ways.
question, Abby. Let me answer your question, because he provides us so much. His deep creations. Teams can't press us. And Asim, look what we did against Madrid with Bradley. Look,
So what
one-off
game?
games we can do it,
That's
but
not-
Bradley isn't Trent over 4 months, in my opinion.
I agree.
Especially at the business end of the season. And I keep saying it, Bradley's game is so intense that in a month's time, I think he'll be injured again if he carries on the way he's playing, because he don't back out a challenge. That's not a bad trait to have, but then expect more injuries. Look at Jota. For a striker, he gets injured for so much because he's always tackling, trying to nick the ball. Someone's sitting on his ribs, something on his ass. He gets injured because he finds himself in those positions. Let me just go back on Trent and Frimpong. Avi, you're 100% right. My trust is in Arnie Slot. But some players just cannot be replaced to that level. Like, we can't replace Salah. We can't replace Van Dijk. But we have to find an answer. What does that mean? Is a good answer or a better answer than what Trent would provide or Van Dijk would provide or Salah? These guys are chance magnets. That's how much influence they have on the team. And it's very, very difficult to replace. And that's why we call him a generational talent. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll find a different dynamic because we'll have to. Whether that's going to be as successful remains to be seen.
In a season where we should be celebrating week in, week out with the performances that we're producing, Trent has brought this toxicity, and that's what it is. Trent has brought this toxicity to this club, and especially in the last 72 hours, Sarib. So for me, we should not be playing him. Stripping off the captaincy is one thing. Yes, get that done over with, but we should not be starting him.
Okay. This is all hypotheticals here. So let me give you another hypothetical.
Under any manager, you know Sarib as well. Under Jurgen Klopp, if this was happening, he would not be playing.
Okay, let me give you a hypothetical situation, Javi.
Why are we accepting mediocrity? Why are we accepting that this player, as big as he is, of high accolade and world class that he is, that he gets to play around with us?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, this is just a question before anyone has a go at me, right? Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent are all out of contract at the same time. Yes or no?
Agree.
Yes or no?
Agree.
All three of them haven't signed new contracts. Yes or no? Whatever's come in the media, all three of them have not signed new contracts at Liverpool, right?
Agree.
Now we're all speaking about hypothetical situations because Trent leaving and staying is also hypothetical. Salah and Van Dijk staying is also hypothetical. Now, I have a question for you. I'm going to propose a question to you. If Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk leave, or one of them leaves and Trent stays, what are you going to say to me? Because that can also happen. Yes or no? Because we're speaking about hypotheticals. Can that also happen?
Yeah, but given the consensus of where we're at right now, Sarib, it's
Right.
more, we're going off the basis of what we know as of now.
Okay.
And the news that we have now is Trent wants out pretty much. Salah and Van Dijk have been very vocal in their interviews by saying that we're committed, we love this football club, we want to stay beyond the summer. So we're going off by that. If that changes in the week or so after United and Salah says, look, I want to leave with this night, then fair enough. But we're going off what we know. So hypothetically, you can say, yeah, this and that, this scenario can play out. But we're going off of what we know. The two out of the three have publicly said they want to stay.
That's why I'm not having a go at Trent, because Salah and Van Dijk have said yes, they want to stay. That's why I'm not having a go at him. And until Trent Alexander-Arnold says he wants to leave Liverpool, you will not hear.
Sarib, don't you think, as a local lad,
me, I'm speaking about myself. You will not hear me say a bad word about Trent, or in general, I will not say a bad word about Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract situation until he comes out and says he wants to leave the club.
But as a local lad, Sarib,
I will know it's going to be for that.
Don't you think it's his prerogative as a local lad to come out and say, yeah, boys, I'm in this, I believe in this slot era, I'm here for the foreseeable future. He's a local lad. There's more meaning to him. Unfortunately, this is how it works. There's more meaning of Liverpool to him than there is for Salah and Van Dijk. Yet it's our club captain and it's our foreign import from Roma, from Egypt, who is saying that I want to stay here. Why aren't we getting that same energy from Trent?
That's very true, and I agree. Absolutely bang on. I agree with what you're saying there. Absolutely bang on. But until that happens, my lips are going to be zipped. And Gene, Asim, and all of you are going to have your different opinions. But I think what I'm doing for myself is not only fair. I think if Trent signs a new contract tomorrow, we're all going to look like absolute idiots. That's why I'm not opening. That's why I'm not saying anything until.
It's not about looking like idiots. It's got nothing to do with looking like idiots. At the end of the day, we're football fans. 1 second, we're football fans. We will always speak about what we think. End of the day, we can only go by what's been told. Yeah. So it's an opinions game. We will always have opinions. What we think, who will stay, who will not stay, who will sign, who will not sign. Otherwise, we might as well shut shop and not talk about anything and wait for the efficient news to come out every single time. That's why we do. This is what football's about. There's always something to talk about. So we can't just say, okay, let it play out the way it plays out. Yes, of course, we will have to wait and see what happens. But you still have to go by, if the journalists are coming out, people like Paul Joyce, people like these that we listen to, that we whenever they come out with it, be like, okay, in terms of signings, then it is what it is.
Yeah, that's fine, Gene. But you know what type of fan I'm like. You know, I like to I like to give it time. I've kept it consistent for everything, with players, with results, with everything. I always like to give it some sort of time. And for you, that time might be up, but for me, it's not up until he says yes or no. Do you understand? That's all I'm saying.
It is up though, because you believe he's leaving.
That's also true.
That's another thing that I don't. One second, Sarib, do you get why I go for you when you say that?
I get it. But
you said to me, I think he's gonna go. But then you say to me, I want him to. Then I'm not gonna say anything.
My issue is not the opinion that you have. My issue is how people are getting onto him for this. That's what I don't agree with. That's why I haven't had a go at him. I haven't gone for him. People are abusing him. People are saying you're a snake. It hasn't come out of my mouth, has it? Because I will not. I'm not that type of fan. I will not do that.
But the look
That's what I'm
isn't
saying.
good. Sarib.
That's why I'm not going to say anything.
But the look isn't good, Sarib. That's what
Absolutely. But that's why I'm not going to say.
No, and that's a brilliant point. And Billy says the exact same thing. He goes, we're going to look like idiots anyway because with the best right back in the world is leaving for free. That's true, isn't
Well,
it?
I've said I'll take a fee in January, Asim.
Yeah, we've discussed
That's-
that, haven't we?
That's why he wants the fee.
If what's happened in the last 8-9 hours of today, you will take a fee. It's not as if they're still negotiating or he's saying
We are negotiating though, Avi.
well, he has said that I don't want to play these things out in public. Well, it's public now, isn't it? It's out in the open forum now, isn't it, of what's happening?
It's the Real Madrid PR.
There's dirty laundry now, isn't there? Out in the public, it's dirty watching now in the public now. So there's nothing private about this. So you either
No, there's nothing 100% Avi. There's nothing private about this. All this bullshit that I want it to be played out in privately. That's a load of tosh now, mate. Because everything's out.
So will Carragher come out in the public and call him selfish?
We'll have to wait and see, innit?
I think he tweeted about Trent. See if Trent to get up. I think he tweeted.
He tweeted, but he didn't call him selfish, did he?
No, we all know why he did that. We all know why he did that for one specific player. But
Okay, guys, I think we might be back on tonight. You never know. With a call-in show, I think it's a good chance for people to give their opinions because there'll be plenty of opinions regarding Trent and the contract situations as a whole. There's still over 550 people inside in the building, so smash a like. We're trying to get a big push, especially over the transfer window. We're trying to get a lot of shows for you. We're going to bring some guests as well and mix it up as well because a few people have said you always see the same faces. So we are going to mix it up. I can assure you that. And that's a promise on our behalf. But there'll be plenty of shows, plenty of reaction shows, plenty of emergency shows. Maybe not all bad news. Maybe some signings as well in January. You never know. We do like a January signing. Huh?
Carry on, Asim.
Just end the stream, man. You keep going on and on. We'll be back later on tonight if we have to. You keep going off now.
Look, we hit big numbers today. You just wanted to jump on the bus. So if you want to go, you can go. That's it too. You can't show your face today. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. If you watch the show later, please smash a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And let us know what your thoughts are in the chat. But Sarib, you wanted to send it off with what?
Do you want to do your one or do you want to do my one?
Oh, here we go. Carol of the fucking bells. Go on, hurry up.
I'm gonna remove this idiot. You can go. Yeah, you can carry on now, Sarib. You can end the show. Who's removed him? I didn't remove.
You know, Asim, just
No, forget it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
He's messing with you, man. He's joking. Sorry, what's wrong with you? Man, these guys, man. I have to pull with these kids, man, all the time.
Right, we're off to babysit. Take care. See you later.
See you later, everyone.